Welcome back to another episode of Monster Hunter with your favorite Dark Lord Deathmeister here. And keeping congregation, well, I guess, is it? Just like that, I have to take a look at the dictionary because I know, no, I'm like 75% sure on that word. But back to the case on this episode, keeping in track with what we have been doing so far for the last two episodes, we will be dealing with the final monster on low rank so we can actually get to that urgent quest, fighting the Great Congalala. He's actually most likely going to be your first introduction into the soiled ailment. In this game, specifically, I'm actually gonna prepare for this because he can actually be a pretty difficult fight if you let him get that soiled off too many times. Because what soil actually does is basically keep you from handling basically any item that you wouldn't want poop to be on. That stops all consumables. Of course, you don't want to put your hand in that and then put it in your mouth. That's disgusting. That's why we bought deodorants. You'll have to learn to buy those after they take away the fact that you spawn in base camp, because eventually they're not going to spawn you in base camp anymore during high rank. That includes your supplies. Your supplies will actually come in later. I'm also very happy that most of those creatures, well, except for Velocitome, I'm pretty sure he's not weak to fire, but every other one is weak to fire. As you can see, I did find English. I did farm Kutku a couple times in order to make this sword. I really like the designs in this game. It's like you could see what monster was used to create what weapon, what armor set. Even if it's just the colors, I just wanted to get all those bull drones out of my way. Not bull drones, bullfangos. Because they can get really annoying during this fight in this area. Oh, I was hoping I would catch him with the tip of it. No, you didn't. What is in that? Oh, I should give some details on Congalala because he's actually a very unique monster. Depending on the mushrooms that he eats, which it's not always a mushroom in his tail. Sometimes a bone. You can actually break that to get the drop, but usually it's not worth it. Usually. In some missions you actually really want to do that, like the Gooks mission. This is the easy way to get a break on him. Oh no. This is why people need to learn evasion. This is very helpful. Especially when you get yourself in close situations where you literally can't block and the only other thing is evasion. Ooh. Retaliate. No. Depending on what mushrooms he eats, his breath attack, yes, he has a breath attack, can actually do different things. I believe at default and with blue mushrooms, he can actually just use his regular soiled ailment. But depending on if he eat toadstool, parashroom, any of those things, he can actually have varying different breath attacks, such as poison, paralysis, and I believe, wait, poison, paralysis, I'm pretty sure, no, Nitro Shrooms have fire, yes, he can eat Nitro Shrooms and gain fire, weirdly enough, even though he's actually weak to fire. Just because a monster uses an ailment or an element doesn't mean it's weak towards it, or the fact that a monster is the opposite of that ailment. So you have to keep things like that in mind. Oh, he went really far. Okay. I hate Vespoids. I hate Banabras. I hate every insect monster in Monster Hunter, except for the big ones. The boss ones are actually pretty fun. I don't know if you guys actually have seen the Vespoid Queen. It's a pretty easy fight, but the armor is really nice. We actually finally broke his head. That's actually a pretty hard break to get. Usually I end up killing him long before I get that. For any of you non-Monster Hunter fans out there, breaks are important because it allows you to get certain parts or just get more of other parts. For example, you're not going to get a monster's tail unless you've cut off the tail in your rewards box, but you could also get a tail from the tail itself. Tail doesn't always give tails, unfortunately, though, which I guess isn't that big of a downside. But of course, for things like claws, fangs, horns, tusks. Because I know some of you hunters are out there who just wail on the monster and don't aim for a part. That's fine if your only main reason for doing the quest is just killing the thing in general. Then don't worry about the cars if you don't need it. But if you're playing in a group, it's always good to help out and get those extra carbs. So please, if your job is hitting the head to knock the monster out, please do so. And if your job is to cut off the tail, again, please do so. And sleep bombers out there, please find a way to message to us that you're going to do sleep bombing. We need to create some type of universal way to recognize when somebody's sleep bombing. But anyway, guys, if you liked the video, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more Monster Hunter content. And I will see you next time.